Hey everyone, I'm Cary Smith and I'm sitting here with Cheri Turner.
Everyone.
And Cheri and I are both with Client First Capital. And today, Cheri, the topic that you've selected and you're an expert in is about estate planning, but specifically, is your estate plan summer ready? So I don't think you're talking about, does your estate plan need to lose a couple of pounds to look good in its bathing suit, or does it need get a little sun so that it can work on its tan so it doesn't get burned when it goes on vacation? But I think more, when we're thinking about getting away for the summer, we do a lot of planning. We book our airfare, our hotels, right? Activities that we're going to do, making sure we got a dog sitter lined up, all of those things we take care of. But most of us probably in all of that process don't spend a lot of time thinking about our estate plan.
Right.
And but it's important that we take a little bit of time to do so. So why don't we start with you just telling us why it's important to make sure your estate plan is summer ready?
Sure. Well, let me start by saying this video isn't here to scare you. It's here to empower you, because taking a few hours now could spare your loved ones confusion, stress, and even court battles later. So summer is the season of travel. We go on road trips and cruises, international travel, but increased movement also means increased risk, even if it's low. So whether you're flying across the country or just heading out of town for a few days, now really is the perfect time to ask, if something happened while I was away, would my wishes be known and would they be honored?
So here's I'm going to just say it differently. You tell me if I'm going to. So a lot of times, if we've not kept up with our estate plan and we've not updated it or made changes along the way, when we're traveling for the summer, there could potentially be a little more risk that something could happen.
Absolutely.
And if something did happen and we haven't taken the time to update our estate plan or update it to our wishes, right, we may be leaving a mess for someone else, right? And it may not happen the way that we planned. Okay, so let's talk about some of the steps that a person would take to make sure their estate plan is summer ready.
Right. So it's about being prepared. It's one of the kindest, most loving things you can do for the people that you care about, to have things managed in your absence. So the 5 key pieces of your estate plan that you really want to review are your will and or your trust. Does it currently reflect your current wishes? Is it up to date? Have there been any life changes, a divorce, a new grandchild, inheritance, anything like that needs to be reflected? Next, you want to make sure that all of your beneficiary designations are up to date. Your retirement accounts, life insurance, any annuities that might pass outside of your will. And you want to confirm that you not only have a beneficiary, but your contingent beneficiaries, because most often your spouse, if you have one, is your primary beneficiary. Well, oftentimes that's exactly who you're traveling with. So you want to ensure that you have your contingents set in the event that something should happen to the two of you together.
Yeah, so I'm laughing over here a little bit because our beneficiaries are good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been on my to-do list for quite a while to update our contingent beneficiaries. On some of our accounts, we don't even have one, right?
Yeah.
And so that's on my to-do list. And so I'm glad we're having this conversation because we have several trips planned this summer.
Mm-hmm.
And although I expect everything to go fine and I expect us to make it home on time or maybe a little delayed with flying these days, but yeah, that's a good reminder that we need to get that done before all this travel starts.
Right, absolutely. The next thing that you want to think about are your healthcare directives. Do you have a healthcare power of attorney and a living will to make sure, again, that your wishes are known, or that somebody has the ability to act on your behalf in the event of your incapacity? Is the person that's currently listed still someone that you trust to make those decisions for you? Those are important things to review. You also want to make sure that you have a financial power of attorney in place. Again, in the event of your incapacity or an accident, you want to ensure that somebody can manage those finances on your behalf. And you want to know who can access those if you're unable to. It's especially important if you're out of the country or unreachable. The last thing that you want to think about are any digital assets and documents. Does somebody know how to access your key documents, your passwords, or even account information in the event of an emergency? One helpful suggestion is to keep a printed list, like in a safe or a safe place, of your passwords, and let someone that you trust know where it is before you leave town. That way, if anything were to happen, that trusted individual knows how to access those accounts.
Yeah. Okay. So Cheri, so it sounds like there's several things a person should do to make sure that they're ready. And so, I imagine probably the best process is whoever created your estate plan, if you're working with a financial advisor, contact them, take a look at it, make sure everything is up to date, take a little time to review it. So the first step, you might just need to review it all. There may not be anything that you need to update or change.
Right.
But if there is, this doesn't take a lot of time to get right. But the one thing that I know about emergencies, we never expect emergencies to happen,
Right.
but they always seem to happen at the worst possible moment, right? And so you just need to make sure that you're prepared. And so, okay, so I'm going to kind of review our steps. But anything else you want to add?
I would say a few common mistakes to avoid, or things that we kind of just discussed. Make sure that your will is not outdated. Your will or trust is not outdated. That those beneficiaries are there on your accounts, both your primary and your contingent. And you want to make sure, if you do have a trust, that the trust has been funded. Oftentimes, a trust is created and put into place, but the critical assets are not yet titled into the name of the trust. So you want to make sure that all of those steps happen.
Okay. So these things are, I would say, critically important to have in place all the time, but easy to forget about and easy to not update. And so now it's just the perfect time to do it, right?
Right.
So, okay. So here's the making your estate plan summer ready checklist. And let me know if I miss anything, Cheri. Okay. So 1, review your will or trust. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you have updated your beneficiaries, right, and contingent beneficiaries. And you update your healthcare directive and power of attorney. Mm-hmm. You share key info with someone you trust. And then you book some time with your financial advisor or estate attorney, right, to make sure that you're ready to go.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, Cheri, this was a good topic, and I hopefully people found some value in this. And if you did, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and it'll help other people find videos like this as well. Also, if you would like to have a conversation with Cheri or someone at Client First Capital, you can reach out to us at clientfirstcap.com. And from there, you can schedule an appointment. You can also find a link to videos like this, as well as sign up for our monthly newsletter. Cheri, great topic. Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.